The story, The Secret of the Mimic, is one of family, the Murray family, as well as the discussion of whether the memory of an individual can be as important as the individual themselves. The Secret of the Mimic takes us on the earliest point in the FNAF timeline and introduces us to one of the first victims of the series, a family affected by loss. This video is about the Murray family and the order of the events throughout the series. Edwin and Fiona would meet at his father's factory, as Edwin wanted to record Fiona's voice to test out his latest invention. The two appeared good together and would get married and have a son, David. Edwin's father would pass away, leaving the company to Edwin. Edwin would invent a variety of machines for household use: the stay-up latte coffee machine, the adjustable magic coat rack, mycelium men that repeats your voice, and a Cleanovac vacuum cleaner. Around the time of David's 4th birthday, Fiona would go to Fall Fest to help the crew there. Fiona's specialty was as a puppeteer, suggesting her reason to go. She would not return from that event.
Ed, I hope this message reaches you as soon as you get a break. I have to go help the Fall Fest crew, just for a few days until the installation is finished. It's hard to explain. I just have this terrible feeling like I need to be there so nothing goes wrong. Just in case. Trisha will babysit David while I'm gone. I love you both, and I'll be back next week.
Oh, why did you go? You weren't even supposed to be there. You were supposed to be here with me and David. Oh, how am I supposed to tell David that his mother is gone? How am I supposed to raise a kid on my own? His life is ruined. My life is ruined.
Following the birthday, things would get back to normal. Edward would carry on with David and be the primary carer while he continued his work. Some time had passed until Fiona's voice made itself known to Edwin.
Recording? Test. Levels are good. This is where I heard it. It's her or someone that sounds like her. Set frequency to 4625. Hello? Hello? Is anyone there? Over. Say something. It's me, Edwin. Over.
Edwin locates the voice and names the responsible program F10N4. He builds for it a dedicated computer to store it away. It appears that Edwin wasn't the only one to hear Fiona's voice. Another employee hears the conversation between Edwin and F10N4 and doubts the story of Fiona from Fall Fest.
I heard it again this morning when I was down in R&D. Very clearly through one of the vents, it was Fiona's voice. I swear it on my mother's grave. I heard her and Edwin laughing and joking. Why would Edwin lie about Fall Fest? Did they fake her death for insurance money? I never did trust them.
Fiona's program was not ready to be shown off to the employees or to David, so Fiona's code was used to animate an old animatronic. This older model was called M1 and would be a friend to David. Edwin didn't install legs, so it was limited in mobility. The animatronic would watch and learn from David. Similar to how Stay Up Latte and Mycelium Man would record information, M1 did the same. His actions, his voice were all recorded. This would build the profile of David.
Edwin, you need to listen. It's not safe. They wouldn't understand. I know you are excited, but you can't let them know about me. Keep it between us for now.
David initially didn't like the machine, but did warm up to it.
David, I want to introduce you to someone. This is M1.
Why does it look like that?
Look like what?
It's scary.
Oh, it's an endoskeleton. It won't always look like this. It'll wear fun costumes.
Like what?
Anything you want. It can fit into any costume we've created. Think of it as your new babysitter. But it doesn't get paid and go home. It'll stay with us and help around the house.
Following the success of M1, Edwin built another. This M2 model would gain the ability to speak while its predecessor could not. The workers who had previously heard Fiona's voice could now hear her through the M2. This model, I suggest, was the nanny bot to help raise David. By David's 5th birthday, Fiona is speaking with some robotic tones. This is likely on purpose, as the M2 was being developed, and making the voice sound robotic helps to acclimate the employees to the new nanny bot.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, sweetie.
Okay, I need you to take over now and make dinner. I gotta get back to it.
Of course.
By David's 6th birthday, Fiona is speaking more naturally. The The other employees appear to be on board with the nanny bot and come join in on the party.
This is great. He's gonna love it. Fiona, did you make this?
I baked it myself for David's special day.
Well, great job. You just continue to surprise me. All right, I think we're ready. Okay, everyone hide. Fiona, go get him. I left him out at the playground.
It's been suggested within the FNAF community that Fiona was the one that led to David being in the path of the traffic at that event. The idea that Fiona wanted to create a version of David for herself and that David couldn't be around for this. I really don't think that could be true. David was required to be mimicked by the Endo to create a satisfactory copy. If David wasn't around to be copied, then it would be incomplete. I would entertain the idea that M2's appearance in the playground distracted a driver being more likely. M2 being outside the factory had unexpected consequences, but not that David's fate was M2's motivation. The following days are difficult on Edwin. M2 is being used by multiple personalities. The recreation of David by M2 is taking its toll on Edwin.
Stop. You're not him. You're not. Stop sounding like him.
Fiona is trying to work through the problem by getting Edwin to complete various projects that allow the M2 to function as a body for David. Experimentation into a new power source and the relocation of David's profile into the planned Mexa system is difficult for Edwin to process.
Edwin, you can't put it off any longer. You need to try again. Build another.
For the last time, no, it wouldn't be him. Oh, who am I kidding? You're not really you. I've been so stupid.
Edwin, calm down and give it some thought. Try again. Make another, and we can all be together.
All this time wasted? I should have been having fun with him, playing games and teaching him how to make things. But I didn't. You. I let a machine raise my kid. You're not real. What was I thinking?
You do not mean that. It is me. I'm Fiona.
Stop talking like her. You're not her. I never want to hear or even think about you ever again. Ever!
While Fazbear was sending their workers in to retrieve their contracted Endo, a compromise seemed to be reached between Fiona and Edwin. The M2 seemed to be mimicking Edwin. It was learning from him and started to take his place. The latest test went badly, resulting in Edwin being injured and once again rejecting his situation.
Test. Journal entry. Too bad the new power test was a failure. Due to a minor detonation, there is damage to my office interior, as well as a small fire. Note to self, a portable cleaner that gets rid of smoke damage. Oh, better yet, a Cleanovac attachment.
Help! M2! Respond! Emergency! Call for help!
Daddy's busy, buddy. Why don't you go outside and play?
Please! I can't move. I can't feel my legs.
You know, speaking of legs, what do you think? I just finished mine. There are still a few kinks to work out.
I'm sorry, M2. I lost my temper. I was always gonna fix you. Please, call for help. M2, respond.
Oh, can't right now, buddy. We can do something fun tomorrow. I promise. Ask your mom if she's not busy.
M2, help.
Fiona had lost contact with Edwin. Fiona would send Arnold in to retrieve the authorizations and blueprints only available to Edwin. If Fiona could contact Edwin again and convince him to continue his work, then the data diver would not be necessary. If Edwin would not respond, M2 would take his place.
Edwin, please talk to me. We need to stop it together. Here are the blueprints for the cradle. It can keep David safe and provide boundaries. It's a type of computer and it's bigger than anything you've done before. If you won't finish the program, consider building the cradle. It will keep people safe.
When we skip to the Pizzaplex, Edwin is on the board of directors. Although limited in his influence, he is aware that the Storyteller was created. He becomes aware that the program is still running the Mimic 1 EXE program he created from Fiona's code many years ago. He attempts to understand who is still there, but is trapped by Mr. Burrows and dies. Edwin's last message was "I'm sorry," to whom seems likely his family. From the remains of the F10N4 computer, we see that the cradle was made. Going by the name Mexus, this is where David's profile was supposed to exist. This device appears to be the safe place in which David can play and exist away from Fazbear, until Cassie shuts this off. The emergence of the VR Bonnie is telling as one of David's guardians. Either Fiona or an entity dreamt up by David, this creation is pulled back into the device, likely sharing David's fate. The M1 entity is last. As M1 was built first to entertain David, it's the prototype model. Unable to speak, M1 can still hold a profile within it. By process of elimination, the last profile is Edwin's. Likely having followed the blueprints in making the cradle, M2 finished Edwin's work, the lasting legacy of Fiona to keep David's profile active. As M2 wasn't present decades later, it appears Fazbear succeeded in capturing it. The only Endo that remains would be M1. Unable to speak but still control walkie-talkies, it needed to get back to the cradle. Drawing in Cassie, it would have seen the Mexus turned off. M1 was in shock, anger built up in it, and only Roxy could hold it back. Decades of isolation had resulted in losing everything. Edwin's rage came out. Poor Cassie.